Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tarble Arena. Tonight's men's basketball game between Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology and Carthage College. At this time, please direct your attention to the American flag located at the north end of the arena. It draped the coffin of Captain Frank Favren, a former Carthage student who died in Vietnam in 1970. The flag is a gift to the college from his parents. In remembering Captain Favren, we pay tribute to all who have sacrificed their lives for our country and honor those who today put themselves in harm's way in service to America. And now at this time, please rise, remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts which was so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And now for the starting lineups for tonight's men's basketball game between the Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology Fighting Engineers and your Carthage College Firebirds. First, let's meet the Fighting Engineers. At guard, the 5'11 junior from Alexandria, Virginia, number 3, Bradley Hardin. At guard, the 6'2 senior from Carmel, Indiana, number 5, Max Chaplin. At forward, the 6'5 senior from Fishers, Indiana, number 10, Terry Hicks. At forward, the 6'7 sophomore from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 42, Miles McGowan. And at forward, the 6'3 junior from Auburn, Indiana, number 50, Isaac Farnsworth. Head coach of the Fighting Engineers is Nick Sales, assistant coach Spencer Cook, and volunteer assistant coach Robert Pearls. And now, fans, it's time to meet your Carthage College Firebirds.
Yeah. Uncle Jim. Maserati. Run born with it. When you come from the bottom, then you gon' spend it. Ball. Ay. I'm ballin'. Run born with it. I'm ballin'. Ay. I'm ballin'. Step. Ball. I'm ballin'. I'm ballin'.
At guard, a 6'3 sophomore from Oswego East High School, in Oswego, Illinois, number 15, A.J. Johnson. At guard, a 6'1 sophomore from Rock Island High School in Rock Island, Illinois, number 3, Colton Segal. At forward, a 6'4 junior from Indian Trail High School and Academy, hailing from Kenosha, Wisconsin, number 24, Anthony Bernero. At guard, a 6'4 sophomore from the Prairie High School, hailing from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, number 5, Antoine Nesbitt. And at forward, a 6'5" senior from Maine South High School, hailing from Harwood Heights, Illinois, number 11, Philip Bulanovich. Head coach for your Firebirds is Steve Jurkovic. Coach Jurkovic is assisted by Brad Emmer, Quincy French, and student assistant coach Noah Howard.
Welcome one, welcome all to Tarble Arena in Kenosha, Wisconsin, in the beautiful campus of Carthage College, as the Fighting Engineers of Rose-Hulman come into Kenosha to take on the Firebirds of Carthage College. Hello everybody, I'm Peter Ferreri. Thank you for joining us. Happy Thanksgiving Eve, as we are 2 days away from a place and time that we can all be sharing with each other in times what we're thankful for. I'm thankful to be bringing you this broadcast this late Tuesday afternoon, early Tuesday evening, whichever way you want to call it. But nonetheless, we are underway as Rose-Hulman comes in at 1-2 overall. Flip the script as Carthage sits at 2-1. The Firebirds wearing their home whites with red numbers and letters and black trim. Rose-Hulman in the visiting maroons with white numbers and letters and black trim. Nesbitt misses his first shot. He did not miss his first shot until the second half of their first win of the season against Beloit. Rose-Hulman, of course, 1-2. They lost to DePauw and Trine with a win over Baldwin-Wallace recently. So it should be a very evenly matched contest this evening, as Rose-Hulman out of the HCAC and Carthage out of the CCIW. So again, we're live here on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. As Vladovic drives down low, long range three ball, Johnson, no good. The starters in today's matchup for Rose-Hulman: Institute of Technology, Hardin, Chaplin, Hicks, along with McGowan and Farnsworth. That one is picked up by Carthage. Your starters on the court. Three ball up, no good, hard off the rim. Defensive board again. Baladovic, Nesbitt, Sigel, Bernero, and Johnson going to be starting things off. Shot up, no good off the side of the rim. We sit at 2-1. Not getting the start today for Carthage, but back in playing action and dressed up, Julian Campbell, again a freshman player to watch. Nesbitt near side, swinging around wide open, top of the key, up, no good off the top of the rim. Again, Carthage only shooting 242 from three ball land this year. So they had a very rough go of their opening contest, really picked up the pace with the three-pointers in their second game. Up and under, oh my goodness, soft kiss off the glass. What a beautiful shot by Baladovic. My goodness, might be one of the best shots I've seen all season by the Firebirds. Rolling around fadeaway, soft off the near rim, no good. Rebound for Carthage is going to be Bernero. Bernero, a huge outing just a few days ago for Carthage, filling in for the injured Thompson. Nesbitt, top of the key, he shot lights out this season thus far. Nesbitt, a .654 field goal percentage. That'll pick it up with a layup with the right hand. For a two-year score. Driving in, blocked from behind, Bernero. Nice play again by Tony. 3 blocks on the season make that number 4. Looking for the inbound now. It's going to be Hardin. Hardin soft over the top to McGowan. McGowan, brace on the right knee. Rolls it off the left, and that's going to be a foul called. Coach Jarakovic, not the happiest about it. A very vocal coach, passionate coach, but you see that he absolutely brings the best out of his players. as that rolls around, hits front and back of the rim, and then goes in. Coach Jarakovic already having a few pieces of conversation points, we'll say, as that one's up and good. He makes sure to stay on the officials, but also he challenges his players every point, every moment, every second to be the best they can be. So very distinct style of coaching, but has so far netted a 2-1 season record. Bernero, far side Nesbitt, baseline, driving up, kicking way far side, and that three ball is good. Bringing it down is A.J. Johnson out of Oswego, Illinois. Almost 4 minutes into the opening contest. Carthage a 3-point lead. Coach Jarakovic yelling at the squad to get in position, and that one just falls out of play. Looking for the inbounds yet again is going to be Bradley Harden, this 5'11 junior out of West Potomac High School. And Rose-Hulman gets within one. The pass, left side shot up, a lot of it. No good. So Balatovich missed the three ball. Hasn't necessarily been his friend most of the year. 0 for 4 from 3-point land. So still waiting for his first three ball. But he's still averaging 18 points a game without three-pointers being part of it. So very solid crew. Nesbitt looks down to 5. Nesbitt's probably gonna have to take a floating shot. Throws it up. Are they gonna call a foul? They are. So a blocking foul called. Nesbitt had nowhere to go, kind of just threw it up from the hip as time was expiring. And they are gonna call the foul on Terry Hicks, the 6'5 senior out of Fishers, Indiana. So Hicks with 5 personal fouls on the year. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Three-pointer by number 23, Willie Bowman. So Bowman checks in, and just like that, buries a three ball to now make Carthage trail by 2. So again, we're here on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. Hello everybody, Peter Ferreri, 4 points from McGowan, 2 points for Chaplin, and that three ball by Bowman is what the scoring looks like for this squad. So far in the team stats, I had 3 bench points at three ball that just happened, 2 points in the paint, and 4 second chance points. So one of the struggles early in the season so far with Carthage is defending that second chance points. That defensive boards hasn't been something in their favor. Their wins, however, they've just been outstanding shooting the ball, and at such a high percentage, they haven't necessarily, it's helped them overcome the deficiencies on the boards. Balatovich rolls around, pump fakes, floats in with the right, no good, can't get the offensive board, is Bernero or Balatovich in the follow through. And Rose-Hulman, misguided pass and going out of play. Carthage will get the ball back. Checking in, again, he was nursing a early season back injury. So Thompson played in game number 1, did an amazing, or excuse me, Julian Campbell did an amazing job early on in the season playing in game number 1, nursed the back injury, probably gonna ease him back into things, but a powerhouse for this Carthage squad, already calling for it. Rolls back to his left, three-pointer, no good off the back of the rim. You know, one thing when I spoke with Coach Jarakovic about Campbell is they said, you know what, he's got all the skills we need, all the skills you would want in a center, especially a freshman. He said, but one thing we need to work on is conditioning. Got to get him up to the college level, the college speed of play, and the college conditioning is he's going to be fouled and hits the ground hard, as Hicks is going to be called with his second foul. So going to the line is Julian Campbell. Campbell did play. He started the season opener, did play a bit in their prior contest. He's averaging 11 points a game, 3 for 4 from the free throw line, and make that 4 for 5 for the season. So Campbell, the freshman, out of Lansing, Illinois, and Palatine High School. So Nesbitt checks back in, giving a breather to Sigel. 2 for 2. Rolling baseline, not much space for Jurek against Campbell. 3-pointer, no good, hard off the back of the rim. And that's gonna go the way of Carthage. That's gonna be a push called from behind. So we're tied at 9. Third team foul, first overall foul called on Simon Blair. Bladovic driving right hand, floats it up. Campbell rolls around, no good. Oh, good follow through for Carthage and his teammate A.J. Johnson. So Johnson now up to 5 points after an early 3-pointer. Nice job, turnaround floater with the right hand is Simon Blair making his way down the court. But A.J. Johnson with a beautiful follow through. Down to Campbell. Campbell has the isolation he wants, floats up with the right hand just hard off the glass. So the shots are there, just haven't fallen so far for Campbell. Fighting Engineers not afraid to take the deep shot, as they know penetrating might be tough, and their baseline run, number 11, Zach Jackson, senior guard out of Franklin, Tennessee. We're now going to have a double substitution as 2 Carthage players are going to come in. Again, when that baseline opening shows itself, that was their Achilles heel in game number 1 of the season, that they just could not come back from that deficit. So 12:40 remaining, 13 on the shot clock. Carthage trails by 2. Driving right hand, floater good. Outstanding play by Joey Gendusa, who just checked into the ball game from Macongwa. McConaughey, excuse me. And hitting the ground hard is Campbell. He is in a lot of agony, as not only is the personal trainer tending to him, but also head coach Jarakovic. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, continuation of CCIW basketball on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. We're back on the Firebird Broadcasting Network as Campbell has now, with assistance, made his way back toward the locker room, so hope he is okay. He was not able to put any pressure on that left leg, so let's hope all the best for the rising Firebird star. So Bernero checks back in, having to take duties at the center position. McGee's looking for something, passes off left side. The speedster Jackson, time dwindling down in the shot clock. Jackson's going to be fading away, hits no good, and that shot clock will expire. So Nesbitt now taking it up court with just under 11.5 remaining in the opening half. Carthage definitely on the scoring side. Oh, beautiful pass down low. Jarakovic has to love that play. Almost a travel there. So going down low, the advantage goes to Rose-Hulman, but Bernero able to pick up the pieces. As I was stating, is Carthage so far this season keeping up or having a slight lead over teams at halftime, and then in their victories have really poured it on in the second half. So goal is always stay within striking distance. Beautiful pass down low. Bernero left hand with the layup. Carthage with another quick basket. They now lead by 4. Bernero coming off the bench, started today's game, but then had to come in quick for the injury to Tom Campbell. Shot, three-pointer, beautiful three ball, bang! Forcing a timeout, Tanner Lamb on fire. Carthage now up by 7, 20-13. So looking at some of the numbers, while they take a 30-second timeout on the court. Rebounds so far have now favored Carthage, so they were down early, but 3 offensive boards, 8 defensive boards have led them to 11 total, leading that of Rose-Hulman. 3-pointers, Carthage 2 for 9 to 1 of 7 for Rose-Hulman. So since the last time out, it's really gone Carthage's way, as there is a 9-0 run in the last 2:39 for this Carthage squad. 4 for 5 in the last 5 field goals. Only 1 for 4 from the three-point line. But also right now, Rose-Hulman is scoreless in their last 2 minutes and 39 seconds and only gone 1 for 5 from the field. So out of the timeout, the Engineers have the ball. The mascot of an elephant. 3-ball rolls around the rim, no good. Nesbitt pushing the pace, looks left, able to find teammate, open, shot, no good. Bernero offensive board, throws it back out. Top of the key, Nesbitt, will they try it again? Lamb floats, right hand, no good. Another offensive board, down low, Bernero, layup again from the left side. It's been his strong suit all game so far. Bernero now 4 pass points for this Carthage squad. Popping up at the elbow, no good. Defensive board, pushing ahead. Bernero driving in, loses possession. Are they going to say he was shooting? They are. So they're going to say Bernero was in the act of shooting. It looked like he was just kind of dribbling and trying to get possession of the ball to go up for a layup at the next step, but nonetheless, they're going to say in the act of shooting. So with the score 22-13, already a lead for the Firebirds of 9 points. Bernero now at the line for 2. The lefty up good. So Tony Bernero now up to 5 points as Parmalee checks in his first action of the afternoon. Bernero up, no good, hard off the side of the rim. A very deep bench for this Carthage squad. Again, Hamilton also in the game along with Parmalee. So 2 deep subs halfway through the first. Off the rim, no good. Another offensive rebound. Going up strong, left hand fouled. Bernero not happy about it, but nonetheless, McGowan was fouled on the way up. And it looks like coming in shortly for the substitution is going to be Nemi Ostajic. So Rose-Hulman gets a much needed opportunity to get some points and end this 4-minute scoring drought. They're not going to get the first one as that hits hard off the back of the rim. So checking in, using his length, something I talked about Coach with last week, is something that he had to really work with. As that one is short. Defensive board, good job by Dane Hamilton. So the drought continues as both free throws missed. But when I was having the conversation with Coach about Ostajic, he said he used to just kind of come into himself. He has such length naturally at 6'7", but too often he would just kind of go within himself. Now he's starting to use his length a lot more, so that'll yield more playing time, of course. So 10-point lead, Carthage 23 to RHIT's 13. 10-point lead, 8:45 remaining in the first period on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. Left hand pulls up, deciding not to do anything with it. Chaplin now top of the key, swings around, far side. Dribbling left hand, passes down low, layup right hand, that'll be good. Miles McGowan out of Indianapolis, Indiana, the 6'7" sophomore. Finally getting some points and ending a 4.5-minute scoreless drought for the Engineers. Pass down low, Nemi, one more time, Baladovic, crisp passing down low. The baseline play. Short off the front of the rim, Hicks. As Hicks still scoreless for the evening. As Baladovic now at the top. Left hand to Nesbitt. Nesbitt looks for the cupper. Nesbitt hasn't had to do much offensively so far today. Has had help from a lot of different sources. Nemi, left hand, turnaround, fadeaway, no good off the front of the rim, not able to get the bottom of the net. Still a 10-point lead for the Firebirds. Passing down low, nothing there. Dribbles right hand, that's gonna be a travel called. So Hicks took a step when he got possession, then took another step immediately following. So Sigel back in. Under 7 remaining in the opening half. Firebirds have kept the lead now of 10. A 14-2 run for the Firebirds. Good offensively. Let's see what the Engineers can do now. Trying desperately. They are 1 for 10 on their last 10 shots. Fadeaway, no good. Things just hitting all sides of the rim. Pushing up on the near side now is going to be Sigel. He switches to the left hand, and they're going to say an offensive foul on Sigel. Throwing the right elbow a bit. Now is Chaplin. He goes for 3. No good as well. Not a lot of success in the last 5 minutes plus offensively for Rose-Hulman. driving baseline, and they're going to call a foul. Number 23, Bowman, out of Germantown, Ohio, called for the foul. It'll be the 5th team foul. Tossing into Baladovic at the top of the key. Driving. Is he going to keep it himself? Turn around. All good. All day. Baladovic. That's his money shot. In the lane. Getting contact. It's almost a flow type of play that he's looking for. Doesn't need an open shot. That's going to be good. Much needed points by McGowan. Baladovic now. Top of the key, 3-pointer, good! A.J. Johnson. So Nesbitt looking to spell one of the Firebirds as he looks to check in. So anytime Rose-Hulman gets a point, it has been answered, rolls around, no good. Beautiful offensive board, looking for an outlet, making contact, right hand finding the glass. Good job finding the basket, McGowan. McGowan now up to 10 points for the Engineers. McGowan 8.3 average of boards this year, along with 7.7 points, so he has already passed his offensive output on the average and is doing a great job on the boards. Already 5 rebounds. So 3 away from his average on the rebound side. Baladovic no good, hard off the back of the rim. Carthage still maintains a 11-point lead. Baladovic 0 for 2, but offensive board for Bonero. Baladovic thought about the 3, decides to drive right hand, and that's going to be a foul called. So another foul going to be called. That is his second on Terry Hicks. So 7 personal fouls right now for Rose-Hulman. Baladovic misses a 3rd free throw in a row. So coming into today, Baladovic 14 for 30 from the free throw line. Rolls around and good, so 1 for 4. Again, open shots, free throws, haven't favored that of Baladovic this year, but he still leads the squad with 18 points. That just shows you how good he is making his own points. Shot up good. McGowan again up to 12 points. Far above his average. And Nesbitt going to be called for the foul. So lead sits at 10. Coach Jarakovic kind of asking the officials, well, what was the call here? Because Nesbitt was saying that his arms were crossed, but he got pushed back. Driving baseline. Chaplin now. Looking down low. McGowan. He's just calling for it. He hands off. Is he going to get it back? Way, fade away, rolls around, no good. Almost had a chance of going in, but on the touchback. Beautiful offensive tip by Simon Blair. As the Fighting Engineers are back with an 8. So things starting to go a little bit of Rose-Hulman's way. So a travel now called on Carthage. So what was really seeming to go all Carthage's way, a foul, first miss free throws, followed by an offensive foul, followed by a travel. If Rose-Hulman's able to get a point here, they would really have done a good job staying the course and coming back. Driving the lane, floater right hand, and a foul going to be called. Bernero called for his third foul now. So it bears mentioning, with the injury of Campbell, who's still on the training bench, that up and good. With Bernero now at 3 fouls already, we talked about the depth of Carthage. The depth in the middle is surely to be tested now, as Nemi Ostajic is now set to have some significant playing time, as Rose-Hulman now within 6. That's going to be up and good, but a quick foul called on Sigel. He tried to be aggressive on the inbound. Carthage sitting at a 46% field goal percentage. Rose-Hulman at 33. Rose-Hulman 1 3-pointer. Big difference, 4 turnovers for Carthage, along with 4 for 8 from the free throw line. So it's been a big change over the past 3+ minutes, as things were seemingly going all Carthage's way, as Rose-Hulman had fallen flat. But just like that, 3-ball, way downtown. Kobe Stoudemire, the 5'9" freshman out of Jeffersonville, Indiana. Rose-Hulman back to within 5. Nesbitt, left side, top of the key. Baladovic decides to drive. Passes one more time. Ostajic, beautiful one more pass to Ostajic. Ostajic going to be called for the foul, swiping. Again, all the big men are actually going to call that on A.J. Johnson. So, albeit his second, better, I don't want to say better him, but with the depth in question now. Pass down low, Baladovic one time, and that's going to be a charge. Feet were set for number 11, Zach Jackson. So Jackson not only up to 7 points, also drawing the offensive foul. So Rose-Hulman now back within 5. They've withstood the storm. Floater, no good. Jackson has to come from behind now. Nesbitt, one time, back to Nesbitt. Pass to Ostajic. Does Ostajic keep himself? No, back to Nesbitt. Nesbitt calling for the screen, not getting it. Pop up, back to Ostajic. Ostajic, right hand hook, no good. Rose-Hulman now, baseline, blocked away by Ostajic. So with about a 12-second differential between the play clock and the shot clock, let's see, Carthage just try to dwindle this one out. Now at 10, strong defense in the hands of Baladovic. He decides to kick out. 4, 3, 2, rolls around. Ostajic can't turn around. So now 10 seconds. Oh, that's going to go out of play. So head coach Nick Sales, in his first season as the head coach for Rose-Hulman, kind of slams the ball as there will now be a timeout by Carthage. So Carthage wants to set up their offensive attack, what to do with the final 10.8 seconds of the opening half. So 35-30 sits your score. Some of the score leaders: McGowan 12 points and 5 for 9 shooting, 2 for 4 from the charity stripe, along with 6 rebounds. So McGowan, an outstanding first half of play for Rose-Hulman. On the Carthage side of things, Vladovic with 7, Johnson with 8, both 3 for 5 from the field. Vladovic and Nesbitt leading the way with 16 points each, or 16 minutes each. Things fairly even on the rebound side of these things, 22-19. But again, a big difference is the free throw percentage, 75% by Rose-Hulman to 50% for Carthage. And the turnover margin, 1 more for Carthage at this point after that last one. Nesbitt has isolation, loses possession. Rose-Hulman, 3-2, poked away. So Nesbitt makes up for the turnover, pokes it away himself, gets a steal to end the first half. So at the end of one, it's Carthage College 35 and the Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology 30. We'll take a break. When we come back, second half action on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. And welcome back. On the Firebird Broadcasting Network, I'm Peter Ferreri, live from Tarble Arena in Kenosha, Wisconsin, at the beautiful campus of Carthage College. Once again, happy early Thanksgiving, everybody. Less than 48 hours. We hope you'll be around those you enjoy being around, or you don't enjoy being around but have to. So nonetheless, we hope you enjoy the next few days. Last home game for either the men's or women's squad for a little bit of time. So a strong ending to half number one for Carthage, 35-30. As they had a very aggressive lead, and then Rose-Hulman found their way back quickly as time was expiring. A few turnovers back and forth, and nonetheless, Carthage sits a 5-point lead coming out of half. No full injury update for Campbell. What we can tell you, though, is he is still being tended to trainers. So if we get any information on that, we will surely let you know. Near side, Nesbitt. Nesbitt has not pulled the trigger much today. Nesbitt 2 for 3 from the field. I mean, after a 2 for 4 from the field. Bernero, offensive board, layup with the left hand, the offensive boards. What a showing by Bernero. So Bernero started the game. Campbell then spelled him, but once Campbell got hurt, Bernero had to come up. Bernero then jumped up to 3 fouls. He had to then take a break. And then he, of course, was spelled, and getting a lot of playing time was Ostojic. That'll be a foul called on Bernero. So checking in now, Dane Hamilton. So again, the depth will be tested by Coach Jarakovic. Shot up and good on the first one, McGowan. So just like that, doing a good job on the offensive board. Now having to take a seat is Dane Hamilton, the 6'4" sophomore out of Munster, Indiana. Carthage, a slim 6-point lead. And make that 5. So from 35-30, 37-32, 90 seconds into the second half. Just like that, Bernero already continuing with the foul trouble. So Vladovic falls, 3-ball, no good. Offensive board, Dane. Nesbitt now drives left hand, back to Hamilton. Goes up, a foul gonna be called, jump ball gonna be called. So jump ball called as Terry Hicks got a full palm on that ball, but possession arrow was in the way of Carthage, so that'll flip, but nonetheless, with 14 on the shot clock, near side, Hamilton. Resetting things up is going to be Sigel. Nesbitt looks for the screen. He's double teamed, splits the screen, hard up, rolls around, offensive board. Kick back out, Balatovich, taken away, making a run. Harden keeps it himself, floats it up with the right hand, and good. The Fighting Engineers back to within 3. What resolve by this Fighting Engineers squad, but answering right back is A.J. Johnson. But nonetheless, when you had a double-digit deficit, you know, it was 25-15 for what seemed like an eternity for the Engineers. 3 ball up, no good, as Hamilton able to get the defensive board. And it just seemed that the Engineers had fallen so flat, but as we are reminded yet again, basketball, such a game of momentum and runs, that the Engineers got hot when the Firebirds got cold. Nesbitt now gonna drive himself, looks for Hamilton, looks for Balatovich, finds neither as it splits the players. As Coach Jarakovic having a conversation briefly with Balatovich, just saying, hey, gotta go for that. And it wasn't lack of effort, it was just, hey, gotta make a, you know, a maneuver. (39-34). Looking up, left hand, no good, offensive board. Up strong with a right. Miles McGowan, Mooresville High School own, bringing the Engineers within 3. So what was going the way of a possible runaway victory for Carthage has been all but that, as the Engineers with a 3-pointer can tie up this contest. What can the Engineers do now? Taken away. Firebirds slowing it down. And that's gonna, waiting to see what the call's gonna be. It's gonna stay the way of Carthage. There's gonna be a foul called on number 50, Farnsworth. But the last time it was within 3 points was at the 11-17 mark of the first half, when it was 15-13. And then an absolute tear by Carthage gave them the lead, and now taken away, making a run. Swatted from behind was Sigel. He tried to plead immediately to the official that he got all ball. The official saw it differently. And now Harden has a chance to bring the Engineers to within 2. Front of the rim, good. Second shot on the free throw line, no good, side of the rim, so Carthage will maintain a slim 2-point lead with 15-20 remaining in the contest. Sigel driving, right lane, kicks out Nesbitt. He's got the power if he wants it, good! Wide open 3-ball by Nesbitt. Hulman pushing the pace, rolls around, no good. Balatovich with the defensive board. Drives himself, floats it up, rolls around, And they're calling an offensive foul on Balatovich while driving the lane. Coach Jarakovic beside himself. So first foul on Balatovich for the afternoon. He is now going to get a quick second foul. So after getting one offensively, is now going to get called for one on the defensive side, or likely so. And he is. So just like that, Balatovich nets 2 fouls in 20 seconds. So Balatovich will stay in the play, still only at 2 fouls. Carthage needs his offensive prowess to keep this slim lead for Carthage. So at the point is Harden. Floats up with the right hand, no good. Defensive board, or offensive board, excuse me, as Simon Blair out of Broken Arrow High School brings the Engineers back to within 3. Powerful offensive board by the Engineers. Coach Jarakovic, very vocal with what he wants his team to do. So it'll be an inbounds. And a whistle call. That's going to be a foul called on the Engineers. So Jarakovic having a few words yet again for the officials. Close calls here this afternoon. Hamilton had the shot, decided to pass. Balatovich. Nesbitt now back to the Balatovich. Looking far sideline. Does he pass off? 5 on the clock. Long range. Sigel. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Holton single out of Rock Island, Illinois. His first points. A mishandle on the pass, and Carthage will get possession once again, leading now by 6 and having the ball. So very interesting past 90 seconds or so, but nonetheless the Firebirds still have not relinquished the lead. With a 3 can extend the lead back to 9. Nesbitt looks down low. Good job on the layup from the baseline. Number 15, A.J. Johnson. The phenomenal one. Hamilton now going to be called for a foul near the basket against Terry Hicks. So again, just to recap what we see here is Campbell is out with an injury, and he now has a boot on his left leg. So Campbell, we'll just say doubtful to return. Bernero, 4 fouls. And so it's been a mix of Hamilton, 3-pointer, good. Beautiful stroke by number 5 out of Carmel, Indiana, Max Chaplin. Sigel can't answer back. Hamilton hits the ground hard. Couldn't get the board. Left hand hook. Nice touch on the offensive side by Blair. And the Engineers back within 3. Nesbitt now looking for the screen. Balatovich, far side, 3-pointer, good! Trifecta for once again the phenomenal one, A.J. Johnson. So Johnson now nets up to his 15th point of the evening. He is shooting 6 for 9 from the field, 3 for 6 from the three-point line. The best shooter so far this evening for Carthage to give them a 50-44 lead. On the other side of things, McGowan, 16.6 for 10 from the field, 6 for 18 from the three-point range by Carthage. As you can see there, their best outing of the season, and they now have a 6-point rebound or a 6 rebound advantage. But that second chance points and points off of turnover, really something that Rose-Hulman has an advantage of and have been doing a stellar job. So again, foul trouble. Nobody in dire trouble for Rose-Hulman. Hicks and Farnsworth have 2 personal fouls each, only 10 personal fouls for the Engineers. As for Carthage, again, 2 players with 2 being Sigel and Belatovich, and Bernero at 4. So again, depth going to be tested. However, one benefit of playing this Rose-Hulman team is, yes, Blair and McGowan each stand at 6'7", along with Jurek, but Hamilton, albeit only 6'4", just has great length, uses his reach to the best of his abilities, and can fill in the middle, along with a Stojic. Up with the right hand, no good off the front of the rim, slapped away, offensive board, 3 ball, banks it in. And just like that, the Engineers back to within 3. Harden didn't call it, but nonetheless, point for the Engineers. Nesbitt thinks about passing down low, decides to go back up to the top. Johnson. Sigel. Far side, Belatovich. Belatovich tries for 3, and he finds it. Beautiful 3 ball by Belatovich, his first 3-pointer of the early season. Answers right back. Rose-Hulman was giving him some space because he's not known for his 3-point prowess. Sinks it. Up with the right hand, no good. Tipped away again. Taking a step back, rolls around, no good. Another offensive board. Max Chaplin. And between the rebounds and the point off of turnovers, this Engineer squad within 4. Belatovich gets some contact, hard off the back. Nesbitt tries to get the offensive board to no avail. Harden pushing the pace. Takes it himself. Oh, beautiful free throw line dig. Not able to get there. As Rose-Hulman now has to chase it down. Point blank layup missed by Harden. Shot clock winding down because of that stayed the entire time, the possession arrow, and foul going to be called by Belatovich after the contact, feet shuffled. And just like that, Belatovich is now up to his 3rd foul. 2 Firebirds and 2 Engineers looking to check in shortly. Stoudemire makes the first one. If he can make the second, the Fighting Engineers can be within 2. So checking out is Hamilton, along with A.J. Johnson. As Stojic checks in to help out and spell Hamilton. So again, they're rotating their number 3 and 4, power forward / center positions. We'll just say the 5 has been rotating because of injury and foul trouble. Far side, and they're going to say offensive foul on Nesbitt. Coach Jarakovic pleading with the officials. Third foul on Baladovic sent him off to the side. No, excuse me, Baladovic still in the game. My apologies. Pops up from the right elbow, no good. Slim 2-point lead by the Firebirds. And that's going to be a travel called on Baladovic, as the Fighting Engineers have fought their way back with the 3-ball, can take the lead, of which they have not seen from the opening moments of this contest, or can tie it for almost the same amount of time. No good. Another offensive board. Baladovic with the steal. And they're going to say Carthage ball. So Baladovic had the steal, then did the very athletic jump out of bounds and spiked it back into play. Shades of the national champion men's volleyball program here at Carthage. As the Firebirds lead still at 2. Zone defense by the Engineers. Nesbitt, soft with the right hand off the glass. As he's up to his 9 points, a quiet 9 points, after his offensive outburst just a week ago. Up-strong block of Stojic. Near side, the lane, almost the and one, but nonetheless getting fouled on his way to the basket. And going to the free throw line for 2 is going to be Joey Gendusa. So Gendusa, 1 for 1 from the field, as he'll be shooting 2 now, his first free throws of the evening. Good on the first one. So Carthage's extended lead back to 5, dwindled to as many as 2, was over 10 for at least 30% of the first half. Driving, pop up, decides to pass it back. 3-pointer, hard off the back of the rim. Stojic with the defensive board. That's what his length can show. Calling for it on the breakaway, Baladovic. He's looking for the lane, Nesbitt. A lot of motion offensively for this Carthage squad. They're down to 5. Somebody's got to take a shot. Baladovic pump fakes up with the right hand in front of the rim. No good. Stojic tried to swat it away to no success. Pop up, baseline, good. Smooth shooting by Max Chaplin. He's up to 9 points. Deficit cut back to 4. Poked away, and foul going to be called on Terry Hicks. So inbound play will be by Antoine Nesbitt. Poked away, back up to Nesbitt. Oh, turn, a Stojic, and 1! A Stojic off the bench with aggressive plays. Beautiful spin move baseline, shades of Hakeem the Dream. With the layup and 1. Lead extended back to 6. No good off the back of the rim. Defensive board by the Engineers. Three-pointer, been feeling it all day, no good. Tip back and able to get the defensive board. Baladovic now driving the lane, pump fakes, goes far side, going for the lane. Stojic gets blocked. The left hand of Simon Blair stopping that. Three-pointer, hard off the rim. Foul going to be called on the ground against, I believe it's going to be against Baladovic. I thought that was to be called offensively, so Baladovic going to be called. Oh, my apologies. So that is going to be called on Stojic. So he checks out 2 fouls, 4 points. As Bernero now comes in. Again, Bernero's sitting at 4 fouls, but again, the Firebirds have been able to weather the storm in his absence. So now's the time, with 6:22 on the clock, to bring him back in and see if he could take you all the way home. Hard off the back of the rim, Nesbitt with the board. Screen at the top. Bernero rolls off the pick. He's back setting up the offense. Nesbitt looking for the roll down low. Called for it. Nothing there. Baseline. Bernero can't get to it. Throw back in. Board. Bernero. He gets hit hard from behind. Simon Blair with the foul as Bernero is going up for the layup. Not happy about it, but nonetheless made enough contact for the official to blow the whistle. 6-point lead for the Firebirds can extend to 8 if Bernero makes both of these. The lefty, no good off the back of the rim. Second one up and good. So 1 for 2 for that sequence. Bernero 8 points in limited time, secondary to the foul trouble he was in. Kickball called on Sigel. Making a move right to left, double team, up strong with the right hand. Miles McGowan, a career type of game, as he is now up to 18 points. 11 boards, already a double-double. Rose-Hulman squad have gotten to within 2. Bernero with a beautiful pass and delivery. So shot clock reset, blocked by Bernero, out of bounds. And they're going to say that ball's going to stay with the Engineers. Bernero's slow to get up. And that is going to be a charge called on Chaplin. He's not happy about the call. Beautiful charge received by the Firebirds. So with under 5, it would behoove the Firebirds to not only try to get some points out of this possession, but drain the clock as much as possible. We'll see how aggressive Coach Jarakovic is. Thought about the three-pointer, didn't pull the trigger. A.J. Johnson's had a great evening so far. Adds 3 to it. Bang, bang. A.J. Johnson, 18 points for the evening. Johnson has averaged 6.7 points coming into the contest as Johnson was 6 for 28 from the field, 0 for 9 from the three-point line. And boy, oh boy, A.J. Johnson, have yourself an evening. 18 points, 7 for 11 from the field, 4 for 7 from the three-point line in 26 minutes played. Looking at some of the numbers, 5 blocks for Carthage to 2 of Rose-Hulman. 12 turnovers for Carthage, 8 of Rose-Hulman. Fast break points, 32 for the Firebirds to 6 for the Engineers. And with 4:22 remaining, the bench points for Rose-Hulman has really favored them. So depth has been tested. And don't forget to stick around for the post-game show brought to you by Carthage Athletics on the Firebird Broadcasting Network, as we, of course, will have our post-game show with Coach Jarakovic, where we share some thoughts, some stories, and analysis of the game that just took place. So we surely will ask about some of the numbers and the depth being tested. Nesbitt with the steal. The right hand slamma-jamma. My goodness, breaking the rim. Get your flex on, Nesbitt. My goodness. Put that on the highlight reel. SC Top 10. Da-da-da. Da-da-da. If they hold on to win, a vital steal by the Firebirds. I was just going to say, if the Firebirds hold on to win, that could have been the exclamation point. Rose-Hulman out down by 12, the most they've been since about 5.5 remaining in the first half before they went on a run to close the gap to 5. My goodness, now they don't have to worry as much about the clock. Johnson rolls around. Left hand, Bernero! Firebirds. 3-ball trying to answer, no good. Offensive board, that'll find the bottom of that McGowan. Timeout gonna be called. So 69-57 is McGowan up to his 20th point of the evening. But my goodness, the outstanding job by number 24, Tony Bernero. So just looking at where he sat so far, Tony Bernero, 5 for 5 from the field, 2 for 4 from the free throw line. In only 16 minutes of play, has 12 points. So Carthage, 27 for 54 from the field, but 8 for 20 from the free throw line. Only 1 behind in the rebound category right now overall. So you would feel that that number would be quite different, but Carthage will get their boards in spurts, and when it seems that they're behind a bit, they'll catch up on that number quickly. So Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology at 57, but the Firebirds of Carthage College 69. What was a 35-30 first half. Carthage is pulled away of late, now shooting 8 for 20 from the three-point line. Coming into today, they were 15 of 62. So they're already halfway to the total season mark in this game alone. They were 3 for 12 in the first half. So 5 for 8 in the second half. Bernero has it stolen away, making a dive. We might have a jump ball. And it is going to be a jump ball. So possession arrow is going to go to Rose-Hulman. We are under 3 minutes in the second. So Rose-Hulman's going to need to score quickly and get some help should they want to come out victorious. Three-pointer, rattles around and good. Simon Blair, that's what Rose-Hulman, oh, and a steal. Pump fake, up and under, travel called. So after the steal and the pass to Harden, or Harden's pass to Chaplin, Chaplin called for the travel. That could be a backbreaker for this Engineers squad. So full court press right now. Pass back to Nesbitt. Nesbitt pushes ahead. Johnson slows things up. He pushes through. Top of the key. Let's see how Rose-Hulman defends this. It's a 9-point lead right now. Bernero gets the screen. Johnson, three, good! A.J. Johnson, the likely nail in the coffin. Firebirds back up by 12 with under 2 minutes to play. Right hand floater, rolls around good. Have yourself a day, Miles McGowan. A.J. Johnson looks for the pass. A smart play, throws it off the leg of Farnsworth to get possession. Carthage calls a timeout. They want to make sure that with a 10-point lead, they're able to handle this full court press. So far in the last few possessions, the full court press has surely given this Firebird team some fits. Having a steal 2 possessions ago, but then losing the handle and going out of bounds, or travel, the next time they had to throw it off of a player. So Rose-Hulman, a great job defensively applying that full court pressure. So again, Firebirds a minute 40 away from going 3-1 on the season in their non-conference play. They lost to Whitman College 75-67 against a very good Whitman College squad. They then defeated Beloit 88-53 and Marion last Saturday 82-74. They then come back home next Tuesday to take on Ripon College. So 10-point lead, 90 seconds remain. 15 on the shot clock. Johnson runs, Bernero near side, thought about the three, back to Nesbitt. Making a drive baseline, looking near side, throwing it back in and stepping on the line while trying to go out of play is Gendusa. So possession effective for taking the entirety of the shot clock, not effective by not even being able to get a shot off. Still lead is 10. Driving, blocked away! What a good play by number 20, Gendusa, out of Wakanda, Illinois. Is the pass there? It's not. Turnaround jumper, rattles around and good. for Hardin. 8-point lead, 60 seconds on the clock. Pass right back to Nesbitt. Bernero's open near side if they can get it to him. Oh, almost, and that, I knew that was gonna happen. Saw it from up here. Backcourt violation. Bernero was open on the near side. And I think they're gonna flip it around. So what was originally, again, just from I'm in the perch right now, so I'm able to see from a high vantage point. Bernero was open on the near side, but they decided to pull up and pass back to the top of the key, or not top of the key, at midcourt. Thought it was going to be a backcourt violation. It was not called as such. Almost again, and foul finally called on Willie Bowman. So the Firebirds playing with fire with all the passes back to midcourt almost 3 times in that possession, almost stepping on that midcourt line. So with the foul with 41.5 left, Carthage 8-point lead. Sigel at the free throw line, the 6'1" sophomore. Rattles around, no good. So 10 team fouls against the Engineers. Sigel, second free throw, that is good, lead 9. The Engineers need to score some 3 balls, score them fast. Fade away, rolls around, no good. Offensive board, no good. Defensive board, Nesbitt. Nesbitt double teamed as the trap was against him. And Nesbitt will now go to the line for some free throws.
Rose-Hulman foul, number 5, Max Chaplin, his third. At the line, Nesbitt, shooting 2.
Seven-4, 64 your score. Move it up to 75 to 64 now. 3 ball. No good, offensive board. Trying to find a lane, able to do so. Simon Blair gets 2. Not fouled. So Blair at 13 points now. Lead at 9 with 15.4 left. So every time the Firebirds get just ever so close with putting this one away, the Fighting Engineers able to do just enough to keep it to within reason. As we have some fun. $75-66. Again, next Tuesday, 7 o'clock. Join us right back on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. As Rose-Hulman will maintain possession, 12.8 left. 75-66 your score. Pump fake. Driving the line, they'll give them 2. 7-point lead by Carthage. 10 seconds remain. Trap. Throwing it down. They are going to say touched. 5 seconds left, so all but over right now. And that is going to get kicked away by Hardin. So timeout going to be called. A full timeout. So again, looking ahead at this Carthage schedule, Ripon College next Tuesday, 7 o'clock. Then they take a break for about 2 weeks. And then, well, they had two, I should say, at home. They then head to Elmhurst in CCIW play. That's Saturday, December the 3rd, before heading to Decatur to take on Milliken, December the 10th. And then they come back home for their final regular season game of this calendar year. And that'll be December the 17th against Augustana, a heated division rival. So with 1.1 left on the clock, 7-point lead by the Firebirds. So likely just be a pitch and shoot. Not able to get it off in time. And that's going to be it. That's going to be all she wrote as the Firebirds of Carthage College defeat Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology and the Fighting Engineers 75-68. As always, stick around. The post-game show coming up shortly as I have Coach Jarakovic join me for the Firebird Broadcasting Network post-game show right here from Kenosha, Wisconsin. We'll be back in just a moment. We're here on the post-game show alongside Coach Jared Kovic. I'm Peter Ferreri on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. Coach, what a thriller there. I gotta start with this because I love asking you the fun ones first. Your depth was tested within the first almost 5 minutes of the game, and I love to see the resolve your team showed.
That's a good way to put it. I mean, we threw a couple different bodies in there. Obviously, big guy going down early was not in your plans.
Yeah.
Because that was one that you had a few things lined up for, especially early in the contest. I thought they responded well. I thought Anthony Bernero did a nice job. I thought Donna Hamilton did a good job, and I thought he gave us some good energy and life middle of the second half, early second half, too.
It seems when looking at your squad this season, and I'm not trying to just talk you up because we're on the show, you make second half adjustments. They made a run, got within 5 at halftime, you maintained it, but you never whatever it took, you never let them take the lead.
Proud of our guys for that. We learned a little bit about ourselves tonight, I think, because I'm not sure we handled that basketball game last year. I really think that. And I'm hard on the guys. They understand that because I do have such high expectations for them and the group as a whole. Having said that, we knew going into this game Rose-Hulman was plus 14 on the boards, and we gave up 20 offensive rebounds. They took a lot of long shots and means a lot of long rebounds. And if you turn and think you can out-jump people, you probably can't. And they went time and time again. They dictated the tempo of this basketball game. They did. They want to play it sort of in this score frame. I'm proud of our guys having a resolve. I thought some guys gave some really quality minutes. Joey Gendusa did a terrific job in the first half. Second half, he was solid defensively. A.J. Johnson closed the game. Overall, proud of the guys' effort. It's always a difficult game. 4 o'clock, 2 days before Thanksgiving, about 60 people in the gym. Yeah. Not exactly the best atmosphere leading up, but understand with no students here. So building moments for us. We got a week off to get ready for a very good Ripon basketball team who plays very similar to Rose-Hulman. They're tough, they're physical, they execute their sets flawlessly, and we need to be ready to go when we get back.
Let me ask you your thought process. Of course, Campbell, I saw him in a walking boot. We all hope he's okay. Then Bernero, 4 fouls. And so right away, you're testing that, that 5-spot depth. I thought everybody responded well. You had Hamilton come in. You really found a way around it.
Don is a guy who didn't play in the last game, but what he does is provide that energy. He's in the right spots all the time. He's going to give you that extra effort. He's undersized. We understand that. Their big guy can play. Yeah. He's got great footwork. He does so much of his work early on where you don't see it before he gets the ball. He establishes on the block. So now that 1-2 dribble drop step is right at the basket and not at 6-8 feet away. And that's stuff that we need to do a better job of making sure they can't establish too early. But Donnie did a really good job for us, and we needed that, especially with Julian out for a little bit.
Two categories that stood out that they led in was second chance points and points 100%. Off a turnover. How do you prepare for that? Because you talked about the boards. We already knew that coming into today. But again, the second chance points and the points off a turnover, you guys still, it seemed like you knew, okay, that push may come, but we know how to respond to that.
We did. Second chance points, we knew that with the offensive boards. We get that. There was such good positioning where you have to make the right read. You have to make the correct basketball play. When we tried to play on the one side time and time again, we're going to turn the ball over. When you get the defense moving so they can't establish where they're at, that's when you're going to get downhill looks, driving kicks, which we got a little bit in the second half. We need to do a better job valuing the basketball. 17 turnovers is way, way, way too much against a team that's more they keep you inside. They try to drop coverage on a lot of the ball screen action. They go underneath a lot of stuff, so they're trying to keep you out of the paint. That means you just got to read and react a little bit better. Find the pass, find your teammate, get the next one in line.
Sure. The closing, we'll just say 90 seconds of the game. They had an amazing full court press and trap going on. How'd you get around that and keep the team focused?
Not always easy, I'll put it that way, but when we do our stuff and you're in the right spots, you get the ball in, we have good spacing. When you try to do your own thing individually and say, oh, maybe I'll just cut to this corner, bad stuff usually happens.
Sure.
So we need to clean that up. We'll go against a little full court pressure on Saturday when we get back, and I'm excited to enjoy some time family around Thanksgiving and get back to work on Saturday.
Absolutely. Coach, happiest of Thanksgiving to you and yours. We'll see you in a few days.
You as well. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, that was the one and only Coach Jared Kovic for the post-game show. 75-68, the Firebirds defeat Rose-Hulman and the Fighting Engineers. For all of us here at the Firebird Broadcasting Network, Mike Love, the EP, John Voinovich, our EP, Haley, the director, Haley, the graphics, and Zoe on camera. We want to thank you one and thank you all. This program has been a presentation of the Firebird Broadcast Productions and Carthage College. Ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a lovely Thanksgiving. We'll see you in a few days.